PN junction. Let us know how a PN junction work. A PN junction is a interface between two types of semiconducting materials, P-type material and N-type material inside a single crystal of semiconductor wafer. So this is the block diagram of the PN junction, which is properly doped with a semiconductor wafer. This is a semiconductor wafer, and in the semiconductor wafer, P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductor are properly doped, and there are several processes by which the semiconductor can be formed. This PN junction semiconductor formation, for the formation of this PN junction semiconductor, there are different processes. We will not discuss here the technique of the preparation. We will only discuss here the mechanism. What mechanism, how the conduction mechanism occurs in this PN junction. During the formation of this PN junction, basically two important properties or two important processes occurs. One process is called diffusion process, and the second process is called the drifting process or drift. First, let us discuss what is a diffusion process. We know that in N-type semiconductor, the concentration of electron is more than the concentration of holes, and in P-type semiconductor, the concentration of hole is more than the concentration of the electrons. So during the process of or during the formation of PN junction, electron diffuse from N side to P side and holes diffuse from P side to N side. Due to the concentration gradient, the electron from the N side, in N side you have more electrons and in P side you have more holes. So electrons will move from N side to P side or diffuse from N side to P side, and holes diffuse from P side to N side. This motion of charge carriers give rise to a diffusion current across the junction. So in this figure you see in the N side you have more number of electrons. So electron diffusion occurs from N side to P side, and in P you have more number of holes. So hole diffusion occurs from P side to N side. This is the hole diffusion, direction of the hole diffusion, and this is the direction of the electron diffusion. This is electron diffusion direction and this is hole diffusion direction. Then let us know what is depletion region. When an electron diffuses from N side to P side, it leaves behind a immobile positive charge. Immobile positive charge, that is called the ionized donor. Similarly, when a hole diffuses from P side to N side, it leaves behind a immobile negative charge, or you may say immobile negative charge means ionized acceptor. Why we say these are immobile charges? Because the charge is bonded to the surrounding atom. The charge is not separated from the atom, it is bonded to the surrounding atom. That is why it is called immobile charge. So a space charge is created in between P and N junction. A space charge is created. The space charge region on either side of the junction is called the depletion region. The thickness of this depletion region is of the order of 1/10 of a micrometer. You see in this diagram, this is the depletion region. This region is called the depletion region. This region is due to the formation of the positive charge. When the electron moves from N type to P type, it leaves behind a positive charge. and when hole moves from p type to n type, it leaves behind a negative charge. So this negative charge and positive charge, they form a layer. In between the junction they form a layer, and this layer is called depletion layer or depletion region. The thickness of this depletion region is of the order of 1/10 of a micrometer. This thickness is of the order of 1/10 of a micrometer. Then let us know what is drift or drift current. At the depletion region, an electric field is produced due to opposite charges. Due to this opposite charges, formation of the opposite charges, an electric field will be produced. And due to this electric field, an electron on the p side moves to the n side, and a hole on n side moves to the p side. The motion of the charge carriers due to the electric field at the depletion region is called the drift or drifting of the charge carriers. Thus, a drift current which is opposite to the diffusion current starts. You see, at this depletion region, you have a electric field, and due to this electric field, due to this positive charge, the direction of the field is outward, and due to this negative charge, the direction of the field is inward. And in n-type semiconductor, you have minority carrier holes, and these holes move towards the negative charge. Okay, that is, the hole from this n-type semiconductor will move towards the p side, forming the hole drift. This is called drifting current due to the hole. And there are also electrons in the p-type semiconductor. These are the minority carriers. The minority carrier electrons which are in the p-type semiconductor, they move towards the n-type semiconductor due to this electric field, and this is called the electron drifting. So electron drifting, hole moves from p to n, and in hole drifting of hole move from n to p due to this electric field at the depletion region. So at the PN junction, you have two currents. One is your diffusion current, another one is your drift current. Diffusion current is due to the electron, diffusion current due to the hole, as well as drift current due to the electron and drift current due to the holes. Initially, the diffusion current is large because diffusion current starts due to the difference in concentration, concentration of the holes and concentration of the electrons, that is the charge carrier. That is why initially diffusion current is large. Okay, and drift current is small. Initially drift current is small and diffusion current is large. Gradually diffusion current decreases. Diffusion current decreases due to the decrease in concentration, and drift current increases. Okay, and this process continues until the diffusion current equals to the drift current. Okay, in a PN junction under equilibrium, there is no net current. That means no diffusion current or drift current in equilibrium position. So when the junction is formed, when the PN junction is formed, there is no current in the junction. At that time, the diffusion current is equal to the drift current. Then we will know what is barrier potential. The loss of electrons from the N region and the gain of electron by the P region causes a difference of potential across the junction of the two regions, and this is called nothing but the barrier potential. The polarity of this potential is such as to oppose further flow of carriers so that the condition of equilibrium exists. The polarity of this potential is such that it opposes further flow of carriers. So the condition of equilibrium exists in the p-n junction. The potential of n is positive. We know the potential of n type of n side of the semiconductor p-n junction is positive, because n type semiconductor it loses electron, and the potential of p is negative because it loses hole, or it accepts the electron. Since this potential tends to prevent the movement of the electron from the n region into the p region, it is often called barrier potential. You see in this figure, in n side you have loss of electron. Electron generally decreases from n to moves towards p. Electron moves from n to p. So a positive potential is developed at the n side. Here you have a positive potential, and since this p side it accepts electron, a negative potential will be developed in the p side. So you have a potential barrier. This will be plus, this will be minus. So there will be a potential barrier at the junction, and this is the width of the potential barrier. And remember, the potential barrier it opposes the further flow of the current electron from n to p, and this is the direction of the field. This is the from positive to negative. This is the direction of the field. And when the diode is in equilibrium condition, there is no potential barrier, or potential barrier is equal to 0 when there is no drift current or there is no diffusion current. That is, the diode is under equilibrium. And for zero potential barrier, we have to connect this side, n side, into negative terminal of a battery, and to this p side to a positive terminal of the battery, so that the width of the potential barrier will decrease. Okay, there will be no potential barrier, or potential barrier will be equal to 0. And this is called the biasing. This is called the biasing of the p-n junction. When you connect the p-n junction to an external source to decrease the potential barrier, or you may increase the potential barrier, this process is called biasing. But if there is no biasing, you will not connect any external source here, then there will be a potential barrier between these two p-n junction. And when there is no biasing in the p-n junction, the potential barrier can be represented by this diagram. Here you have 0 potential and V0 potential, so difference in potential is V0. This is the diagram when the p-n junction, there is no biasing in p-n junction, or p-n junction is not connected to any external source. So in this video we discussed about the mechanism in p-n junction formation. Thank you.